Well, I think I know who's getting coal in their stocking for Christmas. The Town of Babylon and the Town of Babylon board, especially Rich Schaefer. He's going to get not only coal, but also some poop in there, too, as well. There are all these people are going to get poop in their stockings. Why, you may ask? Well, because they approved the proposal for the destruction of the Pine Barrens in Wyandanch, between Wyandanch and here you go. This is what we're going to lose here. They approved the proposal to destroy all this beauty and build warehouses instead. At least it's being furthered along. And this is the same Babylon Town Board that, of course, protects the village of Babylon because they wanted to an MTA study that could have housing developments on a parking lot at Babylon. And of course, everybody from Babylon Town was there. All the snobs were there and spoke out against it. But when it comes to ruining the middle of the island, well, they don't really care about that. Wyandanch doesn't matter. It's all about these people. So let's go ahead and read the article from Newsday. We also have a story on News 12 about it as well, which we'll look at. But first, we're going to read the article in Newsday here. And it says, Babylon Board okays zoning for 100-acre industrial park in Wyandanch. And it is a community of color, so it gets all the industrial, all the diesel fumes, all the pollution, while the South Shore gets protected. If you're fed up, if you live in Wyandanch, you're fed up, you're going to have to go with me and go live in New Jersey. This is the destiny of what's happening here. Anyway, let's go ahead and read this article here. This is a rendering of one of the buildings that they're going to build. So we're going to replace all of this beauty here with this instead. So the Babylon Town Board has signed off on a new zoning code that paves the way for the creation of a 100-acre industrial park in Wyandanch that has divided neighboring communities. The board voted unanimously, 5-0 last week, to create the planned Industrial Park District 2 zoning. That zoning is necessary for San Francisco-based Bristol Group to build the Suffolk Technology Park, which would have 9 one-story buildings with up to 40 companies and 384 truck bays. So lots of truck pollution is coming to Wyandanch. We already have, this is what you call environmental discrimination. When communities of color have to deal with pollution, while the white communities, like in Babylon Village, get to be protected. This is a classic example of it. The wooded land proposed for the project runs from Little East Neck Road north to North 28th Street and from Circle Drive to Long Island Avenue. It is owned by Pine Lawn Memorial Park, which would have it leased to Bristol. The industrial park would border Wheatley Heights residential areas, as well as historic black and indigenous cemetery owned by Pine Lawn. According to a New York State Department of State spokesperson, the State Cemetery Board has not yet issued a recommendation of the lease. But they're not going to oppose it. The property is currently zoned residential, and Babylon doesn't have a zoning code for industrial parks. It's zoned residential, but it's technically a cemetery, which should be another zoning code. But anyway, the town's planned industrial park 1 code, which was adopted in 1980, is only for a North Amityville industrial park, also a community of color, by the way. It's not like they're going to build any industrial parks in Lindenhurst or Babylon Village or even West Babylon or even Copeg. No. It's only in the north part because that's where the people of color live. Babylon is a very racist town, probably the most racist town in the entirety of Long Island and maybe even in the country. But anyway, getting back to this article here. Site-specific code. The new zone is site-specific to the Wyandanch project and mentions that its intention is to promote sustainable economic growth, stimulate job creation, foster innovation, and create a well-planned and coordinated technology business and industrial park development in the local Wyandanch area. Bristol has not said what companies would be tenants in the buildings, but the new code stipulates it would be limited to the principal activities of the manufacture, intermediate processing, or assembly of goods or similar operations. Storage and food and drink preparation are also allowed, as are medical research and development, commercial kitchens, printing, health club, child care facilities, the code states. The manufacture, disposal, or storage of hazardous material is not allowed under the code. Bristol attorney Bram Weber said in an email that the company was pleased by the town board's vote and that Bristol looks forward to continuing the approval process for its transformational business park and working together with the town and interested community members to make the economic benefits of the project become reality. What about all the destruction of the pines? No, nobody cares about that. And we already have tons of warehouse space in it's like they're turning the whole middle of the island. Remember that video I made about Yaphank as well? The whole middle of the island is becoming an industrial wasteland. According to town spokesman Ryan Bonner, the project next has to be reviewed by the Suffolk County Planning Commission before coming back to the town board for votes on Bristol's rezoning and subdivision applications. So there's still other stuff. There's other people that could stop it. The Suffolk County Planning Commission could stop it, and then it would come back to the town board for the final subdivision. The town's planning board will also have to approve the site plan before the project moves forward. Bristol promises that almost 2,000 permanent jobs will be created from the park. It is also estimated that the project will infuse more than $5.6 million in tax revenue to the town, including more than $3.6 to the Wyandanch School District. In addition, Bristol has promised more than $2 million in givebacks to Wyandanch and Wheatley Heights. So, in other words, bribery. Community opinions on the industrial park have largely been divided since along hamlet lines, with Wyandanch residents praising the investment and potential for jobs and revenue, while Wheatley Heights neighbors lambast what they see as an onslaught of potential environmental noise and water pollution. And again, Wyandanch, they should be aware that this is not going to benefit them like they think it's going to benefit them. So Diane Lloyd, 74, who has lived across the site from the site in Wyandanch for 35 years, said she was glad the board approved the new zoning. This parcel land has been a nuisance, she said, with homeless encampments, litter, and ATV riders occupying the site. Oh boy, I have not seen any homeless when I've been in there. I did see ATV riders. I haven't seen any litter. It's actually been pretty clean. I'm excited they're going to turn into something equitable for Wyandanch. It's a no-brainer. Wheatley Heights resident Alana Osdeby, 55, she said she had feared the board would approve the new code. It wasn't a surprise, she said. I felt all our talking and our speeches and all the sense that we made, it was all in vain. From the beginning, they had set in their mind what they were going to do. Love Foy, 54, a Wheatley Heights resident, who filed an Article 78 lawsuit against the town board over the park that was later thrown out by a judge for being premature, said she will file it again. Foy also helped form a conservation group that is proposing a park be established on the site instead of an industrial development. That's exactly what should happen. It's a bit of a David and Goliath thing, but we're not backing down, she said. I don't think they realize how passionate the community is about this. So let's see. There's a conservation group here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the link to that. All right, so there is a conservation group. It's the Historical Society of Wheatley Heights and Wyandanch. So we're going to actually put the link in this description here. They're going to talk about this and the issues going on. So we have to join these people and stop this project, or at least try to stop it. But of course, you have very powerful, corrupt forces. Everybody's in on it, but don't give up. We got to keep fighting it. There's another article here, another story from News 12 about this. It's only 47 seconds. We'll go ahead and play this as well.
To overhaul acres of woods in one Suffolk County community is now one step closer to becoming a reality. The Town of Babylon adopted a new zoning code that could be used to build an industrial park right near Long Island Avenue and Little East Neck Road in Wyandanch. The park would include a 1.5 million square foot industrial park. Of course, it's a terrible story. With 9 buildings, 380 really cover much truck bays, and 2,000 parking lots there. A Babylon Town spokesperson says that the new...
Yeah, that's what it's going to look like. So you can see that there's not going to be any woods left at all. This is all going to be gone. Every little bit of woods is gone here. Every little bit of woods is gone. Everything.
Zoning code will still be reviewed by the County Planning Commission. And that a zoning change to allow the project could be scheduled for sometime next year if the code passes necessary approvals.
So Suffolk County Planning Commission would be the next. Let's go to Suffolk County Planning Commission. Give you the information here. So this is the Planning Commission here, and we'll reach out to them and really, as a whole, these are the current members that are on here. I guess there's one from each town. Well, I'll put the links in the description below because we got to try our best to stop this. It's absolutely a horrible idea and a horrible location because all the truck traffic. This is a one-lane road here. I know, all right, they're going to widen the road. This is a cemetery. Shame on Pine Lawn, too, for this. This is a cemetery. My gosh. Pine Lawn doesn't care about the people that are buried in its own cemetery by allowing all this development here. It really is just, this is like a one lane. You have a grade crossing here. You're going to have so many trucks driving through here. So much pollution from those trucks. This is just absolutely a ridiculous thing. Only on Long Island would they come up with such an absolutely terrible... This is, like I said, one of the worst development proposals I've ever seen in my life. And this is the community of Wheatley Heights that's right. Actually, this is Wheatley Heights, too. Wyandanch, obviously, they've seen the dollar signs, and they think it's going to help them. Well, we're going to ask how... They built a similar development many years ago in North Amityville, which I'll show you where that is. This is... New Horizons over here, so they built this over here. I wonder how it's benefited that community. Not really very good. There's a lot of crime in this area. Still a lot of problems in this area. Show you what it looks like here. This is New Horizons. So, just to give you an idea of what it would look like. Probably be even worse than this. At least they left some trees. But it doesn't look like it's in very good shape. Look at all these potholes. Yep, not in the greatest shape here. I mean, not tons of potholes, but the road definitely doesn't look so great. This isn't the best area. It hasn't helped them at all. What a bunch of crap from these people. Yeah, these people, all these people here. We know Rich Schaefer, Antonio Martinez, Anthony Mineta, Terrence McSweeney, Dwayne Gregory, Jerry Campetillo, and Jennifer Montiglio, all serving the snobs. They only care about Babylon Village. They only care about Lindenhurst. They only care about the south part of the town, while the middle gets all the problems. I mean, think about all these industrial developments that we already have in the middle of the island, all right? You have all this over here and here. You have this over here, and this is part of Wyandanch, and you're gonna have this over here, this new one over here. We got tons in Deer Park and Edgewood. They wanted to build one over here too, and then you got Yaphank. It just doesn't end. This is all part of the plan, the ruin the middle of the island, and it's going along at a breakneck speed, I might add. So, again, shame on all of you. Rich, obviously, all these people were at. Let's listen to them again at that Babylon rally.
Oh my God. I enjoy the beauty of the village of Babylon and all the services that we get on Village Line Road. But in all seriousness, so let me make something very clear. I'm the chairman also of the Suffolk County Supervisors Association. That is the 10 town supervisors. I can guarantee to you that the town board unanimously stands behind the village of Babylon, and we will provide whatever resources are necessary to make sure that this never happens here or anywhere else in the town of Babylon.
So it's all obvious as to who they're looking out for. All right, they're looking out for the snobs. They're looking out for the snobs. They only care about their own quality of life. They don't care about in there, and they act like this is so horrible. They wanted to propose apartments by the thing. Oh, it's going to impact my fire department. It's going to impact the amenities at the. Meanwhile, the same town, it's okay to shove industrial development and destruction of the environment down the throats of people in the north part of the town. I mean, there ain't one person of color here. Not one person of color.
Parking lot.
So, shame on all of you. You're all just disgusting people. Selfish, arrogant, snobby, just only care about your own kind while you shaft the middle of the island. Shame on all of you. You all suck, and you're all telling us to shut up and go live in New Jersey. And it's because of people like you. And it's because of people like you as to why I'm going to be forced out of Long Island. And I'm probably going to have to be on the midnight bus to Tom's River. Yep. Midnight bus to Jersey. L.I. proved too much for the man. He couldn't make it, so he's leaving a life he's come to know. Said he's going back to a simpler place in time. I'd rather live in Jersey than deal with this place anymore.